Memory management policies. Our chapter is going on. The chapter is memory management policies. Today we'll see swapping process in. Yesterday we went through the swapping process out, and for that video was uploaded on the Google Classroom. Is now today we will continue from the swapping process in. Process 0, the swapper process is the only process that swap process into memory from the swap device. Swapping process in. Swapping process in means we are moving a process from secondary storage, that is swap device, secondary storage, particularly swap device, to the main memory, and that task is done by process 0. That task is done by process 0. Process 0 is a swapper process which is not created by fork system call. It is generated or created automatically. Swaps process in or out, unable to work still when there is no scope to swap in or swap out. In that case, swapper process sleeps, and kernel periodically wake up the swapper process. Kernel periodically wake up the swapper process. Is if there is no process for swapping or swap in or swap out, in that case, kernel the swapper process sleeps, and kernel periodically wake up process to check whether there is a need of swap in or swap out. Now there is one algorithm named as the swapper. Swapped in, swapped out process, swapped out other process to make a room. An algorithm is swapper. The name of the algorithm is swapper. With this algorithm, how processes are swapped in, swapped out, we'll see. For this algorithm, there will be no output, there will be no input. Only processes are swapped in or swapped out. Let us see. Loop. There are two loops. Loop 1 and loop 2. There are two loops. This first for loop. See, for all swapped out processes that are ready to run. Is what is first for loop? All the swapped out processes that are ready to run. There are a few processes which are ready to run. All the swapped out processes that are ready to run. Processes are swapped out and they are ready to run. Is from that pick process swapped out longest. It means what will it do? Suppose there are five processes swapped out. If A, B, C, there are five processes swapped out. Process A, B, C, D. Suppose A, B, C, and D are the four processes. Suppose swapped out. See, last one, first swapped out was A, then B and C. It means the A was swapped out for a long time, longest time. So that process will be picked up. Here, A swapped out 5 seconds earlier, suppose B 4 seconds, C 3 seconds, and D 1 second. It means 5 is the largest value. It means the process A was staying for a long time on swap device. That's why that process is chosen for swap in. Now, if no such process, if if no such process, in that case, sleep event must swap in. When there is a need of swap in, up to that process will swap process will sleep. If there is no process to swap in, the swapper process will sleep and go to the loop, and again it will start. If enough room, if enough room in main memory for processes, suppose at this moment there is a sufficient space is available in main memory. In that case, swap a process in. Now sufficient space is available. If sufficient space is available in main memory, in that case, we can bring a process from swap device to main memory. So that's why swap process in and then go to loop. This is one loop. This is one loop where we are process swap in. We are bringing that process in main memory. That is swap in. Let us see. Now second loop. For all the processes loaded in main memory, not zombie and not locked in memory. Is for all the processes loaded in main memory, not zombie and not locked in memory. If there is a sleeping process, if there is a sleeping process, choose process such that priority plus resident time is numerically highest. Now see the second case is for all the processes loaded in main memory and not zombie, not locked in memory. There are three cases. All the processes, see the zombie process and locked in process cannot be swapped out. Only live process can be swapped out. All the processes loaded in memory can be swapped out. If there is a sleeping process, choose a process such that priority plus resident time is numerically highest. That process will be chosen for swap out. Else, choose process such that residence time plus nice is numerically highest. This nice value is added by kernel to decrease or increase the priority of that process. Nice value, or the process itself can decrease the its priority. A process can decrease its own priority, but it cannot change other priority. Yes, the nice value can be added. Nice value used to change the priority, and that nice value is added by the kernel or process itself for decreasing its own priority. What is the case? If there is a sleeping process, there is sleeping process, choose a process such that priority processing time is numerically highest. Else, opposite case, choose process such that resident time plus nice is numerically highest. Okay. If chosen process not sleeping or residency requirement not satisfied, chosen process not sleeping or residency requirement not satisfied, then sleep event must swap process in. Okay. Now it will sleep event must swap process in. It will wait until any other process is swapped in. Else swap out process. So here choose a process. Choose process. Choose a process not sleeping or residence requirement not satisfied. Sleep event swap process in. Else swap out process. And then go to loop. Go to loop revised algorithm. See, we went through this algorithm. I will again revise this algorithm. See, the name of the algorithm is swapper. Input is none, output is none. There are two loops. One loop, this is one loop, and this is another loop. This is for swap in, this is for swap out. First, there is a for loop for all swap out processes. For all swap out processes that are ready to run. Here, it will, it will choose a process. Yes, it will choose a process which are swapped out and ready to run. Pick process swapped out longest. If no such process, sleep event must swap in and then go to sleep. If enough room in memory for the process, swap process in and go to loop. Again, the process will be swapped in and it will go to the loop and it again this for loop will execute. Okay, then we will go for the next loop. For all the processes loaded in memory, not zombie and not locked in memory, this zombie process cannot be swapped out as this process does not occupy any memory space and this locked in memory cannot be swapped out. Is if there is a sleeping process, if there is a sleeping process, choose process such that priority plus residence time is numerically highest. We have to choose a process whose priority plus residence time is numerically highest. That process will be chosen. Otherwise, if there is no process sleeping, choose process such that resident time plus night is numerically highest. That process will be chosen. If chosen process not sleeping or residency requirement is not satisfied. If chosen process not sleeping, one thing, chosen process not sleeping or residency requirement not satisfied. In that case, the swapper will sleep and event must swap in process. Else swap out process and go to the loop. Again, it will iterate, it will continue. Now we'll move further. It is sequence of swapping. Sequence of swapping. See, process A, process B, process C, process D, and process A. There are five processes, time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. At this moment, 0 means process run, process A is running, process C is swapped out, process D is swapped out, and E is swapped out. Is it is doing nothing. After 1 second, it will run. Process B will run, and these are swapped out. Then 0, the process A will be swapped out, and this B will also swapped out, E will be swapped out, and E will swap in. In this way, the sequence of swapping is decided. See this again, swapping. Now, next topic, the next part of this chapter is demand paging. Do you remember from the last semester we learned demand paging? Demand paging is a concept where there is a demand of a page, demand of a process page. In that case, that page is brought into the main memory. Otherwise, that page is not brought into the main memory. Demand paging. Generally, page is swapped in, page is swapped out. Pages are swapped in, swapped out. But here, when there is the actual need of that page, then there will be demand, and then that page will be brought into the main memory. That is demand paging. And free from size limitation, available physical memory, but depends on virtual memory. It is dependent on virtual memory. It means in demand paging concept, we learn process will reside in main memory, though its size sufficient memory space is not available. If then also process can execute. Suppose a process of size 10 and available memory space is 5, then also it can execute. The 50% part of that process will be brought into memory and process will start its execution. And after some time, when these first previous pages are executed, used, then these are swapped out and next pages are brought in. It means the next pages are brought afterwards as and when there is a demand of these pages. This is a demand paging. Load its portion dynamically and able to execute it. Here, portion of that process is brought into the memory dynamically. As I give example, first 5 pages are brought in memory and second 5 pages are brought afterwards. Locality and working set is we'll see this afterwards. Here this list recently used LRU. Last semester we learned this FIFO LRU optimal. Here this LRU, that list recently used algorithm is used. And two parts implemented paging is swapping rarely used pages or swapping device, handling the page faults. These are two concepts we'll see in on next slide. See this. In last semester we called as a reference string. Here we call it as a sequence of page references. See this, the pages are referenced 24, 15, 18, 23, 24, 17, 18, 24, 18, like this. Yes, and the frame size. Last semester page frame size 2, 3, 4. There was a Ballard's enamel concept. Yes, suppose here the size is 2. There are various sizes 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let us see page for the size 2. For the size 2, page 24 is brought in memory. Okay, there is a scope for another page. The next page will come 15. 15 and 24. These are the two pages. Now we can accommodate third page. So it is necessary to swap out. Here we are using the least recently used. So next page is 18. So it will replace the 24. The pages are 18 and 15. Now the two pages available are 18 and 15. Now next page arrived is 23. Now as we are using list recently used, so 15 will be replaced and this 23 is brought into the main memory. So number of pages to this 23 and 18 are available. Now next page is 24. Again it will replace 18 and pages are 24 and 23. Now next page 17 is brought. So this 17 is brought into the memory and this 23 is replaced and is 20 is replaced by 17. Now we have 17 and 24. The next page is 18. 18 is kept at location of 24. Now the pages are 18 and 17. Now next page is 24. Now 17 replaced by 24. Now the pages available in memory are 24 and 18. Now next page is 18. 18 is available. 18 is available and there is no need to replace. That's why there is no page fault. Now the page available are 18 and 24. The next page is 17. 17 replaced by 24 is replaced by 17. Okay. Now 17 is available. It's 18. The next page is also 17. Then 7, 15 and 17. In this way it will go on. And for the next, suppose next is number of frames available are 3. That is window size. Then we call it as a window size. It's called a window size. Now the window size is, in last semester we called it as a, is the number of frames. It's a window size. Suppose the first page is 24, then 15, then 18. Now this 18, 15 and 24, these are the three pages available. Now next page is 23 and least recently used page is 24. That's why this 24 is replaced by 23. Now the pages are 23, 18 and 15. And now next page is 24. 24 is brought and this page number 15 is replaced by 24. Now the pages available are 24, 23 and 18. Now next page, that is 17. Next page is 17, that is brought into memory and it is replaced by this 18 is replaced with this. In this way it will go on. Suppose the window size is 4 and 5. It will go, and whenever this page is available, then there will no page fault, otherwise there will be page fault. Working of process, working set of a process. Now we'll see the data structure for demand paging. There are four major data structures to support low level memory management and demand paging. First is a page table, second is a disk block descriptor, and then next is a page frame data table, that is PF data, and swap use table. There are a few data structure. First is a page table entry, second is a disk block descriptor, page frame data and data table, and swap use table. Okay. The page frame table describes each page in physical memory and is indexed by page number. The fields in the entry are page state, second number of processes that reference in the page, logical device and block number, and pointers to the other PF data tables. These are the data structure. How these data structure are used, we'll see. See this region, page table, page table entries and disk block descriptors. See this. Page table entry, disk block descriptor. Region has page table entries and disk block descriptors. See page table entries. Page table entry one first is page address. This physical address. That is age. How long that page is in main memory. Copy, read, write. Modified whether there are different bits. That is modified reference is value and is protect. And swap device, block number and type, swap, file, field 0 or demand field. These are the different fields with the disk block descriptor. Now the relationship of a data structure for the demand paging. We'll see relationship of data structure for the demand paging. Now this page table entry, virtual address, page table entry. Virtual address is 1493K. Page table entry is 794. See, virtual address 1493K. Page table 794. Page number 794. And this disk plot descriptor on device 1, block number 2743. 2743. Physical page number is 794 and mapped block number is 2743 on the disk block descriptor. And here the swap reference count is 1 and swap device block number is 2743 and this reference count 1, swap device 1 and block number 2743. This is the page frame on block device is 2743. See here, virtual address is 41493. Its physical page number is 794. When it is on the secondary disk, it is 2743. Now see, fork in fork in a paging system. Suppose process P purpose region table, process C purpose region table. There are region tables of processes. This virtual address is 24K, physical page number is 967, and its reference count is 1. It means that 967 is reference 1. It means this is used by only one process. Now this second, region P1 and C1. Reference count 1, reference count 1. See this page number 97K, its physical page is 613, and for this another 97K and page is 613. But this is used by these two. This is used by these two. This is used by these two. Suppose this is a parent process, this is a child process. This is a parent process and this is child process. And this virtual address shared by both is 97K, its virtual address and its physical address 613 is mapped with this 97K, And for this process, 97K is mapped with this 613, and this is used by both processes. That's why is reference count is 2. Reference count is 2. Page frame reference count is 2. When two processes are using the same page, in that case its reference count is incremented. When one process using that page, its reference count will be 1. If this page is referenced or used by two processes, its reference count will be 2. And if the same page used by multiple processes, suppose 5 process using, suppose 5 process using, then its reference count will be 5. The V4 kind corruption of the process memory. See here, this example, we are using V4. We know for, see this int local is 1 and V4 is equal to 0. And the child process created and the global is equal to and local is equal to 3 and exit. Then execute this code and let me know in next lecture what will be the output of this. The exact in paging system. Exact in paging system.